Good morning, guys, or good evening. I have no idea when you're going to watch this, but I just really, really, really want you to know I really miss you. Every one of you guys. I guess it hit me Friday, getting done with the work week, and I had a visitor come by. I'm not going to say who it is, but you know who you are, and just kind of reminded me why we do what we do. And so I dressed up for you today. So dressed up. Well, since I'm at home, I didn't dress all the way up, but we're going to go with that. So we're talking about faith, and one of my favorite subjects to teach on. And I'm just going to read a little bit here, then we'll just kind of explain. It's going to be short and sweet, and hopefully it'll be some help for you today. So we're going to be in Luke chapter 8, verse 22. And this is when Jesus calms the storm. We're all familiar with this, but the timing on this is really good because it helps me, hopefully help you guys, and just parents that are watching. We all need a little help right now with everything. We always need help, but especially this time, what we're going through right now this season. So verse 22 starts out, one day he got in a boat with his disciples, and he said to them, "Let's go across to the other side of the lake." So they set out. As they sailed, he fell asleep, and a windstorm came down on the lake, and they were filling with water and were in danger. Verse 24, and they went and woke him, saying, Master, Master, we are perishing. And he awoke and rebuked the wind and the raging waves, and they ceased, and there was a calm. He said to them, Where is your faith? And they were afraid, and they marveled, saying to one another, Who then is this that he commands even the winds and the water, and they obey him? So it kind of just helps us to, with what's going on today, to have a little faith. We need more faith to realize that God is in control of everything. He controls the winds, and he controls the situations going on right now. You know, all of us have storms that pass through our lives. Some are big, some are small, and right now, this time of season in our lives is a storm. Storms come without warning. You never know when it's coming around the corner there. We're all a phone call away. And it's just amazing. The storm that scared the disciples on the sea, it came out of nowhere. These guys were following what Jesus said. And that's what's scary sometimes in our lives is when, God calls us to do something and all of a sudden a big storm is there. But remember the story here, Jesus was right there with them, and all they had to do was call out to him to get help. And that's true in our situations in life. So when storms come out of nowhere, they rock our lives, our worlds, and they threaten us, and we wonder if we'll ever see the light of day again. Again, that kind of plugs in what we're facing right now. With everything going on, viruses, and we just wonder when is this going to, when we're going to get back to norm. So crazy is the new norm. That's what I've been saying. So we need to remember that Jesus is bigger than any storm that we face in our lives. He's more powerful than the wind, the rain. Even if the storm lingers, we have peace knowing that we're in Jesus' hands. Yeah. And we can trust that he can get us through the storm. I mean, just picture the disciples in the story here. These guys, most of them have been on boats their whole life, and the storm all of a sudden come out of nowhere, but they knew who to call. Mm-hmm. They had been with Jesus in his ministry. They've seen him do miracles, and they knew who to call. And that's what we've got to do is make sure we know who to call. And these storms just feel like they're choking us out. All we have to do is stop and pray. That is it. And it's just amazing. So these guys were facing certain death. I mean, when you're out in the, imagine what they had to travel in those days, and it was simply gone just like that. So storms are scary, I know that, and they're unpredictable. And don't be afraid because the storms that rock our lives, again, he can control these things in our lives. We must have faith. That's where our faith is going to be kicking in here, is that Jesus can take care of us. You and me, everybody included. And so if you really believe who Jesus says he is, that's where you can get rest. in the situations. I know that's where I find my rest and peace. But if you don't know who Jesus is, you're not going to find that rest. You're not going to find that peace. So I urge you to really just cling to Him more than ever. And it's a daily thing, waking up saying, Jesus, I need you today. It helps me greatly. It helps everybody I know that's first thing that you do. Help me today. Because a storm, we're already in a storm, but there could be another storm brewing. And we're all just on the edge. If you're not in a storm, you're about to go into one. Yes. I heard a preacher say that one time. So I know Angie's been on media with you guys, and I'm trying to tiptoe in there because I miss you guys so much. This is a hurdle that I'm willing to go across to just so I can reach out, because I really, really miss you. It's just amazing. But here's my challenge to you guys. Scripture is, one of our best helps that God gives us, and it helps me greatly. And one that I'm going to challenge you is I need you to share your favorite scripture on faith. One scripture that you read and it just feels like cold water just comes over your head, your body, your brain. It just gives you a peace. And one of mine, I have many, but one of them that stands out right now is Romans 8:28. And you guys, I quote this all the time, and I'll continue to quote it. And it says, we know that all things, and this is the ESV, so I'm learning this again. So we know that all things, for those who love God, all things work together for good. And that's just the first half of it. And that really helps me. It lets me know all things are work for the good. Especially when we love Him. He has our best, He's got us, his best interest. So just cling on that. And again, share with us what helps you so we can share with others, because that's what we have. You watch the news and everything else, you're going to be depressed and just freaking out. But this right here is peace. So share it with you. Again, I miss you guys. And I hope to see you soon. So if I pop up at your house, don't work out.